Hello everyone, today I'm going to present our economic analysis on how Australia's post-COVID international border reopening affected the hotels, restaurant, and leisure sector with a focus on the Star Entertainment Group. When Australia reopened its borders, it marked a major turning point for the hospitality industry. The return of international tourists, business travelers, and overseas students restored vital demand for the luxury accommodation, gaming, and dining access. However, this rapid surge in demand also brought unique operational and macroeconomic challenges that directly impacted the company's profitability. Moving to the microeconomic effects on operations. First, on the demand side, reopening created a positive demand shift from D1 to D2 as overseas arrivals increased room occupancy, food and beverage spend. However, on the supply side, the sector faced acute operational bottlenecks, industry-wide labor shortage, pushed up hospitality wage rates, while energy costs and inflation raised the marginal cost of operation. This shifted the supply curve inward from S1 to S2. As shown in our market equilibrium model, the new equilibrium reached the higher level price P2 even though output volume Q2 expanded due to strong demand. The elevated operating expenses squeezed overall net profit margin. Now let's look at the macroeconomic factors and stakeholder welfare. On the macro level, two key issues impacted customer behavior. One, inflationary pressure. High CPI inflation reduced domestic real disposable income, dampening local discretionary leisure spending. Two, monetary tightening. Rapid interest rate hikes by the RBA increased household mortgage debt. Fortunately, the strong rebound of premium international visitor acted as a buffer, expanding total customer spend. Regarding stakeholder welfare, consumer surplus, international guests gain high utility from restored travel, but domestic consumer experienced reduced surplus due to higher prices. Producer surplus. The Star Entertainment Group expanded overall producer surplus through higher average daily rates and revenue per available room, which helped offset labor cost pressure. Overall, total market surplus increased significantly compared to lockdown periods, eliminating deadweight loss. Now let's move on to the strategic recommendations for the Star Entertainment Group and their expected market effects. To restore operating margins and protect producer surplus against domestic economic headwinds, we recommend two key strategies. First, service automation and AI workforce scheduling. The post-COVID labor market in Australia has seen severe wage inflation and staffing shortage, pushing up marginal costs. By implementing self-service check-in kiosks, automated customer service, and AI-driven shift scheduling, the company can significantly optimize labor allocation. This strategy directly targets operational bottlenecks, reducing labor reliance during off-peak hours and boosting labor productivity per employee. Second, targeting high-yield premium Asian tourism segments. With Australian domestic household facing mortgage stress and reduced disposable income, local discretionary spending is constrained. Therefore, marketing resources should be reallocated toward high-spending Asian market tour and premium international travelers. Premium visitors typically have a higher willingness to pay, generating higher average daily rates, and higher revenue per available room. Now let's talk about the expected effect of these recommendations on the market and industry. First, adopting service automation will shift the company's average total cost curve downward, lowering long-term ATC. This cost reduction protects profit margins against domestic inflationary pressures. Second, targeting high-spending Asian tourists helps expand producer surplus, offsetting the squeeze in domestic consumer spending. Overall, these strategies reduce operational bottlenecks, stabilize market price level, and reinforce the company's competitive position across the hospitality sector. In conclusion, while international border reopening presented supply constraints and macro headwinds, strategic adaptation allows companies like the Star to capture international demand efficiently. Finally, thank you so much, teacher, for listening.